The Furies is a movie that wasn't really on my radar. The library had it, so I was like, okay. This is a slasher movie called, that the concept is Halloween meets the Hunger Games. Our main character is Kayla. She's a epileptic. She's hanging out with a friend named Maddie, and they are kidnapped. And when they wake up in coffins in the middle of nowhere in the woods, somewhere, they are being hunted by masked killers. They are the beauties, and then they're being chased by the beasts. And there's each woman is paired with a killer, and each of the killers are programmed to only go after the women that are not paired with him. So there's a weird sci-fi edge to it because of the connection they have, and I thought this movie would fall into the subgenre, humans hunting humans for sport, and it kind of does. It's also a little bit of death battle in there too. For the most part, the movie's pretty interesting. You know, it starts off pretty slow, but then we get into sort of survival of the fittest type thing with all the women competing with each other to stay alive, hide from these mass psychos. And then we get into the sort of, alliances thing that I really liked. And for the most part, I really dug this movie. However, the movie just suddenly ends. It doesn't really have much of an ending. I don't know if they ran out of budget, because the movie is definitely like, I wouldn't say low budget, I'd say like micro budget, because there's nothing wrong with the acting, but you can tell most of them only went to the gore effects, because the gore effects are pretty gruesome and very well done. But I guess they ran out of budget or something, because they just kind of just had the ending happen and then just sort of threw in just something random just so they can just, end the movie. Because the movie's only, 82 minutes long, which is really short. You can tell they were reaching to get to that threshold of full time, running time anyways. And there's also some really weird stuff going on. For example, the movie is written and directed by Tony DeQuino. And I'm guessing he sat down and wrote this movie just, it's just going to be a fun, violent, Hunger Games-esque, but instead of, them hunting each other, it's like hulking slasher villains with, themed masks and lots of gore, women getting killed. But then he sat down and said, ooh, maybe people will find this problematic. It's just a 80-minute movie of women getting butchered. So he tried to throw in the wokeness, and it comes off really like fake and like lame. It just doesn't really work. And there's also like the thematic point of the title. One of the characters is babbling about like the Furies or something, and they're trying to like make the movie more classy than what it is. It's not. It's just a slasher movie, with a sci-fi twist and a little bit of a humans hunting humans for sport. But the movie definitely ran out of ideas, and it just sort of fizzled out at the end. For the most part, I was really enjoying it. I really dug the characters and the kills and the concept. But yeah, they definitely botched the ending, and it kind of killed the whole film for me. So I give The Furies a 3 out of 10.